Episode 4 of our Crystal Palace career mode will be a decisive one for the future of this series. At the halfway mark of Season 2, we found ourselves competing for a spot in European competitions next season. The main question now is if this squad is able to withstand the test of a grueling schedule ahead. Several rivals in the last episode depleted most of our transfer budget, and there was no way I was going to let go of one of our highest evaluated players in Houssem Aouar. Even though that the offered swap deal was interesting for Iker Bravo, I want to focus on using our two remaining scouting networks to bring in the world's next wonder kid to our academy. Our first scout will be in France searching for a physically strong player, the other in Cote d'Ivoire for a technically gifted talent. We'll witness some drama as the transfer window trickles down with an injury to our backup goalkeeper Sam Johnston. As we have competitions coming up like the FA Cup, I like the suggestion of looking to bring in an upcoming Argentine goalkeeper as an ode to longtime Palace player Julian Speroni. And Lautaro Morales is one of the few Argentine players that hadn't yet made his move to Europe, so I think he's the perfect candidate. He played for Lanús for his entire youth and senior career up until the most recent season, where he's currently out on loan at Newell's Old Boys, so perhaps another transfer away isn't too unlikely. We'll finalize discussions at a 6.5 million transfer fee, solidifying the goalkeeper position at Palace for the next few years. There were some other very interesting deadline day deals that went down. It wasn't too long ago that Chelsea rejected a 70 million bid from FC Bayern for Callum Hudson-Odoi. He's now left on a 30 million transfer. And one of the top potential talents in career mode this year, Youssoufa Moukoko, has made the move to Manchester United. But as we turn the page to a new month, our first French scouting report has come back with an exceptional player. At an evaluation of 2.4 million, we found someone that I think has all the potential to become the next Patrick Vieira. Aurélien David will be staying in our youth academy until next season, but in the meantime, I'm going to be putting him on the defensive midfield development plan. That way he can have a high defensive work rate to further give him the attributes that resemble Vieira in the long run. But we're going to start this episode's gameplay with a fixture against Fulham. You can recall last season we had a thrilling match against them in the FA Cup, and this is going to be a crucial one to solidify our place near the top of the Premier League standings. Fulham trying to stay away from the relegation zone. Let's keep faith in this current group and hope that we can achieve European football come the end of the season. This is a Fulham side that I don't think we can take lightly. They survived the drop for the Premier League last year, and I think they can do the same again in Season 2. But we will get the first chance, just some quick passing play between our attackers. That chemistry between our front three especially continues to grow, and it's Zaha to open up the scoring. We're still in the first half, and Edouard showcasing what he does best, the hold-up play to get it over to Aouar, and then the final pass to find Zaha. He's got his brace before the break, and hopefully we can add on to that now as Eze finds Madueke. He started to really shine in the last episode after he scored a few goals, but I still think his strongest attribute has to do with the passing and the assists that he continues to give match after match. We're going to make a change right around the 60th minute. I've been seeing the comments, y'all want me to feature Dre Gregory more often. It is difficult when Edouard is scoring as many goals as he is, but I'll try to do so. I don't want his potential to be dropping too much. A good save there from Soria to keep the clean sheet, and we weren't even done with the scoring. It's Eze to get a goal, just a nice finesse shot into the far post to make things 4. So things were really gelling on all fronts for us, and there was no way Fulham were going to be stopping us. Now I just wanted to focus on getting that clean sheet because I think we've got the attacking problem solved. We just need to solidify some things in our defense moving forward. But when Soria keeps making stops like that, that obviously is going to help. Good way to start off the episode, all 3 points, but we need to continue that form if we want to keep our place in the standings. We've had good results in February so far, but that is going to be put to the test with an FA Cup fixture against Manchester United. We're into the round of 16, and despite scoring the first 2 goals, things ended up level after 90 minutes and extra time. That means that once again, we'll go to penalty kicks in the FA Cup. We've had good luck so far for penalties. I don't believe we've lost out on a shootout, and that seemed to be the case early on here with United missing their first pen, but things were soon after tied up. And I want to mention that this was a high pressure situation for Morales. I wanted to give him a chance in this cup fixture to maybe prove himself, show that he can be a future first team goalkeeper. I wasn't expecting things to end up on penalties, but you know, I think the best players are able to rise to the occasion, and to be fair to him, he made a couple of good saves. We even had chances to win it had we just been able to convert. But Wan-Bissaka unable to make his pen, and now it's going to fall to Mitchell. He needs to convert and things will go further on. Our defenders now stepping up, and Gehi didn't time that pen the best. And to be fair, David De Gea had made some incredible saves. Could have gone either way, but United will end up as winners in this one. We'll need to shake off that loss because our attention needs to go right back to the Premier League. Start of March, and we've got a fixture against Manchester City, who are basically even on us in points, but they also have a match in hand. City have made some interesting moves so far with this lineup, but I want to focus on Herrera. Having spent several loan spells away from City, he's now made the permanent transfer to us here at Palace, and I think he's got a point to prove to his former club. This isn't our first time playing against the top teams, but Manchester City is just built different. This was a tense affair just a few moments into kickoff. We're going to see a yellow card already for one of the Manchester City defenders, but here is where they excel. The press wins back possession. The passing play will eventually get the ball over to Phil Foden. Inside the box, uncontested, he is going to give City the first goal in this one. Exactly how they wanted to start, but we're looked to answer now in the 14th minute. It seems like most of our chances that we create, especially against these top teams, often come from our fullbacks. Mitchell did well to get the ball in the center, and just that one extra pass to get the ball over to Herrera, scoring against his former team, and I think he can certainly say that he was able to contribute what he needed to today. We will end up getting a second, though, in the 29th minute, so I think we caught City a little bit by surprise. This kind of happens in real life as well, where, you know, some of these matches where they don't necessarily expect to lose, it's just these teams pounce on the opportunity, and it seems like we are doing just that here with Palace. Vieira's pumped about that, and now we'll try to keep City from scoring. Obviously, a difficult ask with the attributes of their attackers and the quality in their team, but we were doing well before the end of the first half. That goal called back from Gundogan due to an offside. We're going to make a change in the 67th minute, just 20 minutes remaining for us to see out this result. And Eze coming off a goal in the Fulham fixture, it's going to be a difficult ask, playing that box-to-box CM role and contributing on both the attack and defense. Sarria doing his best to stop City from scoring a second. Here in the final moments, it is going to be a final shot from Phil Foden. Seemed to be City's best player on the day. We were only moments away from getting all 3 points, but I don't think we can complain about a draw. It won't change our place in the standings, but it does show that we can compete with the best. I think it's going to be a close contest as this Premier League season starts to reach its end. A fixture against West Ham could decide our fate for European competitions. Although they're sitting in 8th, they could easily creep up in the standings. If you look at West Ham's performance year over year, they are consistently making a case to be in the mix for qualifying for European competitions. They got to Europa League a few years back, and even this season in the Conference League. But it was another offside call that denied a goal-scoring opportunity for West Ham, and we'll look to respond here in the 25th minute. A big save by the keeper, and I think that was kind of a recurring theme in this match from both keepers, to be fair. Sarria, we know him well and what he can do, but Ariel has done the same thing for United. But it's Edouard who again gets stopped here, and we're into the second half. Julian Alvarez, not sure how he got past this tackle from Anderson. It was a weird sequence of events, but it is still the opener for United. Not exactly what we were hoping for, but still plenty of time for us to try to get a goal back. We're going to make a typical substitution with Eze being brought on for Herrera, kind of more of an attacking-minded midfielder, so I'm hoping that'll be able to give us the equalizer. Madueke on that near post. He's scored several times for the same sort of position, just couldn't seem to do it in this match. The same for Eze. The post will be denying him. And a change for West Ham in the 76th minute. The fact that they can still bring on the likes of Lucas Paqueta is absolutely wild. But it is Paqueta that ends up getting involved in this goal. Some quick passing play, and Paqueta will get the final say on this match. A goal in the last few minutes will give West Ham a 2-0 victory over us. It seems like we feature some sort of storyline regarding Arsenal in every episode, but this is the season for it because they are struggling. Now officially in the bottom half of the standings, and I don't think that is going to change anytime soon. And looking at the starting 11s, you have to question some of the managerial decisions from Arteta. Still no sign of Elise in the starting 11, and we will once again win this fixture with a 2-0 scoreline. An undefeated month of April will push us forward to May and the second to last, Premier League match day at home against Burnley. And the importance of this fixture cannot be understated. All we need is a win, and we will mathematically secure Champions League football for next season, while Burnley will be looking for a single point in order to avoid the drop after gaining promotion. This is a side that I don't think we can take lightly. I've been a fan of the changes company has made at Burnley, and maybe some of that will be added to FIFA. We've had a favorable schedule to close out our season with 2 consecutive home fixtures, so a lot of things on our side here as we try to close out the season and achieve Champions League football heading into season 3. It's been a swift rise to the top for Crystal Palace, a solid first season, but an exceptional second year, especially with some of these signings. But Burnley, they are just a tough side to play in career mode. Maybe some of you can relate to that. I think they're probably the team I enjoy playing against the least because of how good they are. Just very direct with their play, and that was very much the case in this one. Also some solid defending on their end. Madueke trying to find the pass in the middle and eventually working the ball over to Awar to find the equalizer in the 23rd minute. But I'm going to say it now, guys. It is going to be a pretty high-scoring fixture. That goal very similar to the one Zaha scored in our first match of the episode against Fulham. But the player I was most worried about has to be Wout Weghorst. There's something about this guy on FIFA. I can go back as far as my FIFA 21 Wolfsburg career mode, and he just knows how to score goals. I'm hoping he can do the same thing for Burnley once he returns from a loan spell, as Weghorst will get a second before the halftime break. But it is really going to be an interesting year ahead. I like the appointment of Vincent Kompany, obviously having done an Anderlecht career mode. I'm a fan of his tactics and the long-term approach he tends to take with the clubs that he manages. But similar to the result we had against Middlesbrough in the last episode, we just could not seem to find the back of the net despite creating chances, and Weghorst absolutely clinical with the few opportunities he had. It will be a red card though for Burnley in the 55th minute. Brownhill, who scored the first goal, sent off with a straight red, and now that we have the player advantage, we can start to work our way back into this match. Awar getting a second, unable to pick up the ball there, but just a few moments later, it's Herrera who's played through. That's going off the post. 79th minute now. Awar playing the final pass to Madueke. Just some unselfish play to get the better opportunity for our winger. And all of a sudden, we have a match that is just separated by 1 goal. Zaha to play over the top. Edouard bringing that one down, and on the half volley. He's so good from this sort of position, consistently able to find the back of the net, which is exactly what you want in a starting striker. I'm happy we were able to turn this round for a draw, and despite us not getting all 3 points, the fans are cheering, and for good reason. West Ham also getting a draw against Manchester United means that we don't have to worry anymore about achieving a top 4 finish. It's nice not to have pressure on the final Premier League match day as we face Newcastle at home. That means we can feature Joel Ward in what will be his final appearance as a player. He's retiring at season's end. He's spent a long time at Palace, so he'll captain this side, starting as a left center back, and we will get a good result, 3-1. A fantastic end to what will be Vieira's 3rd season at Palace, the 2nd season in this save, and a lot of optimism as we look towards the future. Quickly recapping the standings, it's City to win the league, Liverpool in 2nd, we'll take 3rd, and United will round out the Champions League spots. Spurs and Arsenal in the 9th and 10th place spots respectively, big surprise there, and the relegation clubs will be Middlesbrough, Brighton, and West Brom. We saw that 5th round exit of Manchester United in the FA Cup, and Leicester will go on to win the competition against Spurs in the final. Not a great outing in the Carabao Cup as we lost out to Forest Green in the 3rd round. Some redemption for Arteta as he wins a trophy for Arsenal, defeating Manchester United in the Carabao Cup final. The Champions League final will see Liverpool defeat PSG, Leipzig winning Europa League against Wolfsburg, and Napoli will defeat Stade Rennais in the Conference League final. I previously stressed how balanced our goal contribution was, and that continues to be the case. Even when you look at the top 15 of the Premier League, you can spot 3 Palace players. Edouard also leading the way in assists, and look at all the players to feature in the top 5. 4 out of the top 5 spots go to us. Reviewing some promising Youth Academy players, we've got Ed Holden out on loan, up +9 in his overall to 72. Jay Gregory managed to achieve +3 growth up to a 77. Not too many changes to David as he grew in our Youth Academy, but he's up to a 66 overall. Also has the high defensive work rate that we were looking for. Let me know in the comments what role you would like to see him play in this series. whether we should loan him out or maybe feature him in the first team next year. But you can't ask for much more in our board objectives. Our job is safe at Palace, a fantastic year, and hopefully we can build on that in season 3. I anticipate our transfer budget will be seeing a rise, so make sure you leave your player suggestions in the comment section below. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new around here, but until next time, this has been Flick. I'll be talking to y'all again soon.